Okay, we have had a drought, as you can obviously see by the very, very low pond. And one thing that's really good to do in a drought is to enlarge your pond. So we brought in some experts, one of our local operators who actually enlarged this pond back in 2011 when we had the big drought then. So since we had the water level so low, I had him come out and expand the pond about 25%. And what they do is they come out and they dig it out, and you'll see they brought an excavator out, and the goal was to not lose the water that was in the pond, but dig a extension of the pond, and that way we could, keep the fish and whatever else was in there and whatever water we already had. So here you can see the excavator is digging down to find the clay. The clay and the sand are intermixed in the soil here, so you'll have areas that are just sand, some are clay. But in order to get the pond developed properly, you've got to almost find out where the bottom of the clay is, so you don't go past it, and then you just have basically a sieve for a pond. In this case, he dug down and found about the max depth of the clay, so we figured out how far we could dig the pond down, and then he separated the dirt and the clay from each other. Here he's just putting a little bit of dirt down to get some more traction to get out over the digging site there. And so now he's pulling this sand and clay out, and he's trying to be careful not to go too deep. And what he'll do is he'll get that clay and sand, that the piles to the left are pure sand, and they're going to pile up the clay to the right, and they'll eventually take that clay and put it back in the pond as a liner. Basically, they'll dig it out and then line it with the clay, and so this gives it a much more impervious lining. And that's how we did the other pond here. That's how we've done all our ponds here. We do have a real sandy soil, so we do have clay in areas, and some areas don't have any clay, so it's kind of tricky to build a pond out here. But this we've done it this way for a decade and had pretty good luck. And here you can see James in the dozer is what he's doing now, and he's spreading that clay around in the hole. And I think it's cool how they left that little wall there to hold the pond back, so you can get a good idea of what's going on there. So anyway, he's packing that clay down into the hole, and just does a great job. This is the same guy that dug the pond out back in 2011. And now, after it's all done, and we've got some rain a few months later, you can see that the extension of the pond just really turned out nice. And we still have those piles of clay and sand over there we got to get rid of, but we got plenty of places to put those. But anyway, this is one of our projects we've been doing over the last few months out here, and it turned out great. So we'll be stocking this thing with fish in the next few weeks, and hopefully be fishing in it by spring, and it's gonna be fun. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. We've got some stuff coming that's gonna be cool. Thanks for watching.